Hey guys, it's Dr. Daniel Sugai, board certified dermatologist. Welcome to my channel. I'm a medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatologist here in the Seattle area. It's a special video. We're gonna jump back into the Dr. Sugai Compares series. Today is going to be a very special one because it's one of my favorite drugstore brand that you can find at Target, at your local Fred Meyer, and Amazon as well. And so CeraVe, great affordable brand. They are known for their ceramides, hyaluronic acid formulation. All of their products will have their 3 essential ceramides. So we're going to do a comparison between the CeraVe facial moisturizing lotion versus their ultralight moisturizing lotion, and they're both SPF 30. Go to the drugstore skincare aisle and you look at both of these and you're like, what's the difference? Which one do I purchase? Which one is more for you? So let's go through them. Now I've been using the CeraVe AM for my patients much longer. For nearly a decade I've been recommending this one to my patients, especially if they are acne prone, and we'll talk about that. After that, we'll talk about the ultralight and when we should use this one. But CeraVe, it's not CeraVe, it's CeraVe. Cera is for the 3 essential ceramides, and V is for their MVE technology, or their multivesicular emulsion technology, where you have these concentric spheres of hydrating ingredients that slowly release those hydrating ingredients over a 24-hour period, 24 hours of hydration. And so CeraVe, very popular brand, great products that are consistently good for my patients. I always say there's no perfect brand and there's no perfect product that will work for everyone. So skincare can be a little bit of a trial and error game, and a lot of my younger patients are gravitating to CeraVe. This is about $13 to $15 for this moisturizer with sunscreen. I'm a big fan of moisturizers with SPF because it's a nice everyday skincare product that combines 2 in 1. You get your moisturizer and your sunscreen in one step, and that's your last step in your skincare routine in the morning. The PM is also very nice. I also have a video comparing AM versus PM, but the PM is just a moisturizer without sunscreen. This one has chemical UV filters, homosalate, and other ones like octinoxate, octocrylene, but you also have one mineral filter, zinc oxide. So you have a good broad spectrum coverage with this. So you have 4 chemical UV filters and your zinc oxide. Moisturizers with SPF, not water resistant, so not something you would apply before going for a run or going to the pool. But me going to the office, I'll apply a moisturizer with SPF most days. This is 3 fluid ounces for about $13 to $15. You got your hyaluronic acid, and you have your niacinamide, which is vitamin B3. Vitamin B3 is a very important ingredient in our daily lives because it helps with brightening the skin, regulates sebum production. So for those with oily skin, niacinamide is a really good ingredient, especially if you are acne prone. So my patients who are on acne medications, they're on drying topical medications that are really working at the follicular unit where the inflammation is happening, where the bacteria is. It's gonna dry your oil glands out and you're gonna get dry skin. So a good moisturizer with SPF is nice, and this has not interacted with the stuff I prescribe, which is a huge plus for me because patients need a good regimen while on the prescription things. And I'll go over order of when to apply these prescription topicals. This one would be your last step. So you'd cleanse in the morning, you'd apply your active ingredients, say something I prescribe, like say clindamycin, then you would go ahead and cover it with a moisturizer with SPF. SPF 30 here, I usually say go for SPF 30 and above. Technically, a quarter of a teaspoon is what you need to cover your face. So I'm just gonna show you a small amount here, brand new product here, so bear with me. So you got just a little pea-sized amount here, and I'm just gonna show you the texture. Goes on thick. Now that we have a lot of other options with moisturizers with SPF, I'd say this is probably more of an archaic texture. This is like a little bit too reminiscent of a regular sunscreen that's pretty thick. I feel a lot of the zinc oxide here. So for it to be a hybrid sunscreen, it's pretty thick. And I know some of my patients have told me that they'd rather go with something a little bit more lightweight. I know some of them have gravitated to Neutrogena Hydro Boost SPF 50 moisturizer with the SPF 50 formulation is nice and lightweight. So that's how it goes on. It feels thicker. This is not bad. I actually still recommend this to my patients on acne medications. Has a niacinamide. You got the hyaluronic acid. This is a nice convenient pump here. Very easy to apply. So I still give it a thumbs up. But you know, CeraVe could do better making it a little bit lighter weight, especially when it being a hybrid sunscreen. Their new hybrid sunscreen that's meant for face and body, that's water resistant, that's a really nice one. I did a video on before, and so check that one out. That one they did a really good job at keeping it lightweight. You know, this one, if you have acne prone skin and you're on my medications or not on any of my prescription medications, go ahead and try this one out. If you're really into texture and you really want something ultra lightweight, consider the ultra lightweight. This is about 15 bucks, can be a little bit more expensive at the store. This one has 4 chemical UV filters. And I don't want to demonize chemical UV filters. They're totally fine. I don't see any concrete evidence that using chemical UV filters on a daily basis would truly be an endocrine disruptor, cause any cancers. We do know that small amounts of using chemical UV filters, the chemicals do show up in our bloodstream. Is there any clinical relevance to that in a bad way? We don't know yet. So if you have children and you want to stick with a mineral-based sunscreen, CeraVe does make SPF 30 and 50 all mineral sunscreens, but they have quite an impressive white cast, which my kids don't mind. I do not use that on my face. It's more for my body if I'm going to go out. I like the Sheer Tint SPF 30 by CeraVe for my face. If you want something mineral-based and if you have hyperpigmentation, go for their tinted sunscreen. I think it's a great tint. It matches my skin tone very well, so I use that one a lot and it's quite affordable. Going back to the ultralight SPF 30 here, it's meant for normal to oily skin because if you have oily skin, you don't want anything too thick on your face. If you have much more mature skin, like myself, more like mid-30s and up, I really want that sensorial experience when doing skincare. I really want a lightweight texture on my face. I want it to really blend in well. I don't want that white cast, especially with me being skin of color. I don't want any of that. This one has your 3 essential ceramides and your hyaluronic acid, but as you notice here, it does not have any niacinamide. If you are acne prone and you're seeing me, I do recommend these. I give the samples of these to my patients to consider more often because of that niacinamide. This one does not have niacinamide. They say it has a matte finish, so if you have greasy, shiny look to your face, not a bad thing because you have less wrinkles when you have oily skin. You could kind of tone down that little bit of shine on your face with this matte finish. So let me show you this texture. Much lighter weight, so you can just tell it is very silky, much lighter. Just a couple swipes and it disappears. Yeah, and it kind of does have that matte finish too. All right, so here we have the AM and the ultralight. You can tell the AM much thicker, much more lightweight. Texture, quite different. Light, and this is like a thicker paste. See that? AM ultralight. I like this one a lot. This one I actually do prefer over the AM for myself. In the summertime, I will have oilier skin. I will have more of that shiny forehead look. I will gravitate to this big time. I don't want anything thick. I definitely want this as my go-to. Walking into clinic, be indoors. When you're indoors and you're not by a window, you can just apply once and that's good for 8 hours of coverage. So you don't have to reapply while you're indoors. This is good. Just one application before going out the door to go to clinic is what you need to protect yourself and your commute being indoors. This one here, I'd say still has a place in my practice for those kids with acne prone skin or young adults acne prone skin. They both have their place. They're both similar in price. Less than $20 skincare is huge. I'm all about that. Affordability, accessibility. So if I were to rate this, I'd say this is an 8.5 out of 10 and this is a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. This has the potential to be great and better, but still a very good product. But this one, I've been introduced to this more recently. I can say that after trying this guy got to step up his game. Thumbs up to both. Let me know down in the comments which you prefer. If you've tried this ultralight moisturizer with SPF, compare these guys to the Cetaphil SPF 35 and maybe even the Roche-Posay Toleriane double repair UV moisturizer with SPF down the road because I love these comparison videos, are really fun. So drop some comments down below if you want me to compare other skincare products, and please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and thank you for hitting the bell notification as well. Every Saturday morning I'm releasing a new YouTube long form video. I'm gonna continue to post my shorts videos up, and thank you for watching those. Having a great time on YouTube. We're at the 4-year anniversary of the channel, so again guys, thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. Over 500,000 friends here on the channel. You guys are awesome. So love you all. See you for the next video. Peace.